Drug dealer, drug rider, right now to the flesh, the flesh.
Okay, let's go to 1 Corinthians.
Go ahead,
8.
read it.
Okay, no, 1 Corinthians 7. Paul, in the context of marriage, made this point. He said this: "Is any man," in verse 18, 1 Corinthians 7, verse 18. Let me go first to 1 Corinthians 5. He said this, because I'm gonna hit it with another precept. In 1 Corinthians 5:7, he said, "Purge out therefore the old leaven, that you may be a new lump, as you are unleavened. For even Christ our Passover is sacrificed for us. Therefore let us keep the feast." Therefore let us keep the feast. What feast he's talking about? The verse before. Let me read the verse before. "Purge out therefore the old leaven, that you may be a new lump, as you are unleavened. For even Christ our Passover is sacrificed for us. Therefore let us keep the feast." Not with the old leaven, but do we keep the Passover feast in the new covenant? Therefore let us keep the feast. Therefore let us keep the feast.
Therefore let us keep the feast.
Are we in a new covenant?
Well, like I said, there's a variety of camps that say otherwise. I believe so, and I'm gonna back it up, and I'm gonna back it up, and I'm gonna back it up. But I'm asking you a question as a teacher.
No, we're not in the new covenant.
But no, I'm asking you: do we keep the feast?
We keep all the feast
Okay,
days.
right.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Go
Yes.
ahead. Hebrews 8 and 8.
Thank you. Come on.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 8, verse 8. "For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel."
With who?
The house of Israel.
With who?
The house of Israel.
Is that a lie?
Yeah, he made a covenant with the house of Israel.
Read on.
And the house of Judah.
Read.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers.
Read.
In the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt.
Read.
Because they continued not in my covenant.
Right.
I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel.
Because this brother said we living under the old covenant, but God established the new covenant. Let's see if that's true. Read.
For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord.
Read.
I will put my laws into their mind, and write them in their hearts.
Read.
And I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people.
Read.
And they shall not teach every man his neighbor.
We're going to not what?
Not teach every man his neighbor.
When the new covenant is established, we're not going to do what?
They shall not teach every man his neighbor.
What he come out here to do?
They shall not teach every man his neighbor.
God said when the new covenant is established, you won't be out here teaching, brother. You over here teaching. So that proved that we're not in the new covenant.
Preaching the gospel.
He said we won't have to teach no more. Read it from the top.
And they shall not teach every man
The
his
Holy Spirit
neighbor,
is teaching you.
and every man his brother,
Read.
saying, Know the
Do
Lord.
everybody know the Lord? No, they don't. So the new covenant
It's not in
is
the
not
fulfillment.
established.
No, it
Because we're still out here teaching.
Yeah,
and
no,
every man don't know the Lord.
Christ ushered the new
So,
covenant, but it's not here in fulfillment.
Prove to me
But
that
you're still
that
not
we're in
answering
the
my
new-
question about circumcision
that
of
we-
Paul. You're trying to
me
twist
that-
the conversation.
Bro, you came
Let's
up-
focus on
You
circumcision.
all over the place, bro.
I'm asking.
He asked me
Chris, what am
about
I
the new
asking
covenant.
about?
I'm dealing with
Circumcision.
that.
Circumcision and
Bro.
Paul's teaching. Explain to
Read
me
that.
Paul's
Come on.
teaching. All you
Give
did
me
was
the
tell me
one
about the
I
new
did.
covenant
Bro,
and
you
about
said
Paul.
we in the new covenant, bro.
But I'm not focusing on right
Didn't he
that.
say we was in the new covenant when
yeah,
he came
but
up?
we're not talking
He
about
said,
that.
y'all teaching the law of Moses.
Yeah.
We in the new covenant.
This
I said, no,
slithering,
we
bro.
not.
Nice-
Huh? Slithering.
Look,
I'm answering
look.
your question, the
She-
first question.
Look,
Now
okay,
let's read the
let's
second
go back to
question. Let's read.
circumcision.
The book of Because he asked me, do we got to keep the Passover? Let's read.
No, but let me add. No. Now let's go to 1 Corinthians 7.
Because when you read in Leviticus chapter 23, it said these ordinances are for what? Forever. But then
Okay.
we got men like you that say forever don't mean forever.
All right. Well, all right.
Right.
But, all right. Let me before I go to
Hold
1
on.
Corinthians.
I guarantee you can't come out of Paul writings on me. I get every scripture you go to gonna be Ephesians, Corinthians.
I'm going right now
you
to
can't
Exodus.
come out
Look,
of there.
I'm gonna go.
You can't
I'm gonna
come
go.
out
I'm
of
gonna
there.
no.
A Christian
I'm
can't
gonna
come
tell
out of
you.
Paul
I'm gonna
writings.
tell you why I'm talking about the
Galatians,
Passover.
Thessalonians, you ain't gonna pull now one scripture out of none of them books. That's all you gonna go
let me
to.
see the
you can't
ordinance.
go around. You can't go to another book. But that's all Christianity is built on is Paul writing. Give me Peter chapter 3 verse 15. 2 Peter 3:15. Give me Zechariah chapter 3, verse 14 and 13.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you why. Cause look, in Exodus 12. See, you say I didn't go to the Old Testament. I'm going right now. I'm talking about the Passover. This is for foreigners that want to participate in the Passover. Look what it said. And even then, right there, it cuts you for you saying, oh, Israel can't keep it. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof. But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof. If one shall eat it, if one house shall eat it, thou shalt not carry forth aught of the flesh and abroad. Okay, let me get to the point. And then in verse 48, and when the stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. And then the last verse in verse 51, and shall come to pass. Okay, now what law shall be to him that is homeborn and unto the stranger that sojourneth? But it said that no, unless you're circumcised as a stranger, you cannot eat the Passover. Is that the law of Moses? Correct? That's Yahweh speaking to his people, or Yahweh Shai, whatever you want, or Yahweh, whatever you want to call it. Exodus 12 verse 43. But really, I want to focus on verse 48.
Go ahead, read that. Which one? Matthew?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets.
What that mean?
He didn't come to keep reading. Next verse.
We're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep going.
Okay, but I'm gonna show you why I'm bringing this up. But go ahead.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you,
Verily I say unto you, right?
Okay.
till heaven and earth pass.
Right? We still on the earth, right?
Yep.
Right? The heaven and earth pass.
Keep going.
Right?
Come on, let's go. You know, I know what.
One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
Have all been fulfilled?
Not all. Some
All
of them,
right.
many of it have been
Keep going.
fulfilled.
Let's keep
Many
going.
of it have been fulfilled in Christ
Let's
Jesus.
keep going. Right?
Whosoever shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so,
Because that's what you doing.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you why Paul
Keep
told.
going.
he shall be called the least in the kingdom of
Now, if we
heaven.
go to Paul, we going to the authority. We going to the authority of Christ.
Okay, let me ask you
You
this.
going to Paul, we
Who's
going
Paul?
to Christ.
Who are the apostles?
Who's going to trump? If you put your card
Who are
down
the
and say,
apostles?
I got Paul, and I put a card down and say, I got Christ's word, who's going to win?
Okay.
The words of the Most High
But who are the apostles?
Read on.
Who are the
Hold on.
apostles?
You interrupted me. I didn't interrupt you.
Yeah, but you're going slow. I know the
Come on,
verse.
let's go.
Oh my goodness, let's go.
He shall be called the least in the kingdom of
What
heaven.
this gentleman going to be called?
Least in the kingdom of
Keep
heaven.
going.
But whosoever shall do and teach them,
That's what we doing. We
teaching the law of
people,
Moses.
right?
the
Grace
same
and truth.
shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
What we going to be called?
Great in the kingdom of heaven.
Let me go 1 Corinthians. I'm going to save time. 1 Corinthians
back to
7.
Paul.
1 Corinthians. This is the apostles. The apostles are the foundation of the church, right? They're the not Moses.
guarantee you
Moses
can't-
is
you
not the
can't use what
foundation.
Paul writers,
In the
bro.
New Temple, it
Give me
says
Peter
that the
text.
names of the apostles are the foundation of the temple.
bro.
You want to preach Moses, but I'm gonna tell you what the apostle, the one that you want to call least. No, you know what? In the eyes of God, your least. Paul is great. His reward is great. But let me read. 1 Corinthians 7 verse 18. Is any man called being circumcised? Let him not become uncircumcised. Is any man called in uncircumcision? Let him not be circumcised. Circumcision is nothing. Uncircumcision is nothing. But the keeping of the commandments of God. The keeping of the commandments of God. Paul, and he said it in Galatians, and I think he said also in Romans. Wait, let me finish. He said it profited nothing, but 2 chapters before he said, let's keep the Passover. If a person that's not circumcised, he cannot keep the Passover. So what, let me ask you this, what are the commandments that Paul's speaking about if he's saying, the law of Moses said you cannot keep the feast, the Passover, unless you're circumcised. But here Paul's saying, if you're uncircumcised, don't get circumcised. And even worse, he said, it means nothing. So I got to ask, because you guys like to quote, go back to 1 John 3 verse 5, where it says that if we sin is the transgression law. Here, Paul is basically saying, if you're not circumcised, you don't have to get circumcised, but the law says you cannot keep the Passover, and yet Paul said keep the feast. What are you talking? See, your doctrine is not from the apostles' teaching. Your doctrine is you're trying to force Moses, and you're making Paul either a false apostle or a false teacher. So what is he? What is he teaching there then?
We're going to show you.
Go ahead, show me quick. What is he saying there?
We're going to show you.
What did he say in Galatians about circumcision
We're going to show
too?
you. Hold on.
He said that if you be circumcised,
Hold on. We're gonna show
Christ profits
When
you
done, I'm ready.
nothing.
When you done,
Christ
I'm ready.
profits you nothing.
you
Christ
done, I'm
means
ready.
nothing. Yet if you go read the Old Testament, circumcision was, you cannot be part of the people of Israel unless you got circumcised. Yet Paul repeatedly said, if you be circumcised, you are cut off from Christ. What doctrine you follow? Are you following the apostles' teaching? Or you still want to cling on to Moses, which Paul specifically, the one that spoke to Jesus, the one that he saw in Damascus, the one that he had constant communication with, the one that went up to the third heaven, him, Paul? Because I know you guys like to down Paul, but that's the authority he had, and he was respected by Peter. He said it in 3 books, out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. He said it 3 times. Circumcision avails nothing. He even said if you get circumcised, you're cursed. Yet the law of Moses says you can't even be his people until you get circumcised.
Are you done?
Go ahead.
Read.
Tell me.
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3,
our sayings, right?
verse 15. And account that the long suffering of the Lord is salvation, even as our beloved brother Paul also, according to the wisdom given unto him, hath written unto you,
Right.
as also in all his epistles,
Right.
speaking in them of things in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned
You are unlearned.
and unstable,
Answer my question.
Unstable. We see you unstable because you're over here yelling.
I'm rebuking you. I'm rebuking. Bible says rebuke with all authority. Rebuke with all authority. Y'all not my brothers. Y'all not my brothers. I'm rebuking you, and you still haven't answered my question. You still haven't answered my question. I'm asking the teacher to ask my question.
You're unstable.
What about circumcision?
Right. And Peter said people that's unstable like this gentleman, because we're not yelling, we're not jumping around.
Because you're not answering my question. You just tap dancing, man.
Which they that are unlearned and unstable rest.
He wrestled.
As they do also the other
He's
scriptures.
wrestling with the scripture because he don't have no understanding.
Okay, so give me understanding, brother.
Let's go to Hebrews.
What did Paul say? What did Paul mean?
Let's go to
that I'm
Hebrews.
certain. You still haven't answered my question. You just said, I don't know. I'm unstable. Answer my question. Right? Answer my question.
This question.
Huh? Exactly.
I'm being cordial. I'm relaxed. But look at him.
See, look, my wife, she has no dog in the fight. She already knows the answer. You're tap dancing. Answer the question.
I'm getting it. Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Calm down.
Because I'm waiting for the answer, man.
Effeminate man.
I'm not effeminate, bro. Please.
Real men don't do that.
You're gluttonous,
We
man.
doing everything cordial, brother.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And I can name a few that you're breaking right now. You want me to name the ones you're breaking right now?
Cite them right now.
Shaving your beard, that's one of them right
Come
now.
on.
You breaking right now. Not having friends, that's another one.
I'm going to tell you like this.
Right now.
Cite.
That's two you breaking right now.
Cite 613. Who can do it?
You breaking right now. I'm giving you two of them that you're breaking.
You're supposed to write them, right?
You're
supposed to have them in your heart, right?
That's what the scriptures say.
You're supposed to have them in your heart, right?
God be true and every man a liar, right?
Let me hear
so
you.
That's why we open
Cite
the book.
Can you cite them? Yep. 613. Let me hear it. Let's go. Let's go. You say you can cite them. Let's go.
We're gonna recite a couple right now.
No, two, man. You gotta have
we're gonna recite a couple right now. According to what the scriptures say, let God be true and every man a liar.
Right.
Read the whole Bible, though?
You don't even know the book.
But I know this one. Read it.
No.
Read it.
They should not make bonus upon their heads.
Cite the word.
On their head. Go ahead.
Neither should they
Cite the
shave
word.
of the corner of their beard.
Neither should that
Man,
shave
close
on the
your
corner
book,
of that
man.
beard. That's one of the laws you're breaking
Close
right
the
now.
word,
That's one
man.
of the 600 right there.
Go to word. He's supposed to
That's
be
one
in
of
the
the
book.
600. A man's supposed to have a beard on his
Before
head. You see these
let
brothers out here?
me
These
quote
men have
some
beards on their
scripture for
faces.
you. How long?
A man's
Proverbs
supposed to
1
wear
and
fringes.
22. How long you
wanna
simple
get
one?
that? Get
When
that.
you love simplicity and
Exactly.
the fool hate knowledge, behold,
Okay.
I pour out my spirit
Now
unto
break
you.
it down.
I make no my
Now break it down.
words unto you.
Read it for me, let him
because
break
I
it
have
down.
called and ye have refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man
Now
has
break it
regarded.
down.
But it said it not
Break
all
it
my
down.
counsel, and would
Anybody-
none of my
brother,
fruit. You don't know your word.
Scripture.
You don't know the word. You don't know the word.
Have to follow the law.
You don't know the word. How you gonna tell me?
You have to explain it. When you bring it out, you have to
You don't
explain
even
it.
know it.
But you can't explain it.
You
just
don't even know
scripture
it.
off the top of your head.
You don't even know it.
But I know you're breaking God's
You don't
laws
know
right
it.
now by shaving your beard. I'm telling you right now when he gave you the scripture.
Let me give you another scripture. Let me give you another
Did
scripture.
Paul teach the law?
Come on.
Did Paul quote from the law?
Come on.
Brother, we're trying to get
you
we're trying to get you right for your own salvation.
Close the book.
We're trying to get you.
Close the book.
We're trying to get you.
Close the book.
We're trying to get you right.
Quote the book.
Quote the book for what? If
Quote
you-
the 613.
What's the purpose of quoting if you don't understand
You
it
don't
and
know it.
don't apply it?
You don't
That
know
makes
it.
no sense.
You don't know it.
Read what you got.
No. Close your book. Close your
Go in
book.
there, Proverbs. Go in there, Proverbs.
the book.
I'm
Hey, what you talking about? You don't even know it.
I'm explaining
What's
the
your time
scripture
table
that you just
What
pulled.
did Paul say? Are you saying that we have
I'm explaining the scripture in Proverbs that you just pulled.
You gotta quote it.
Can I ask you that? Did Paul teach the law?
Quote it.
Brother,
You don't know
I'm
it.
about to explain to you the
No,
scripture
you don't know it. You don't know it.
Get it.
You don't know
Proverbs
it.
chapter 1
How you
and
gonna
verse
teach something
22.
you don't know? Name the 613.
How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
That's the one you brought out. How long you
Look at
now I'm
you
talking
had to
you.
read it. Go ahead and
Now the
close
Most High
the book and
speaking to you.
Go
Read it
ahead
again.
and
Start
quote
from the
it.
How
top.
long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
It said, how long, brother, you gonna be simple?
Huh?
How long you gonna be simple minded?
Quote it.
Read.
And scorners
Quote.
delight in their scorning.
You delighting your scorn. That's what you're doing right now. You
You don't
scorn.
even know it.
You're doing it right now.
You
We're
don't
trying
even know it.
to get you,
You don't
right.
know the law,
We're
man.
trying to get you right. You speaking is foolish.
Listen, what you saying?
You speaking is foolish. What you speaking is foolish. We coming out of the
You
book.
don't even know the word.
You claim to be
don't
a
even know
pastor
it.
or somebody, but you don't even. You tell
don't
everybody
even know
close
the
the book.
word. Quote the book.
Why would you quote the
Quote
book?
it. If
Why
you know
quote
it.
Why quote
Let me tell you something. A law is this. Let me tell you what a law is.
Brother, we just read a law that you breaking.
Let me tell you what
Get
a
the
law
law
is.
on
Let me tell you what a law is. A law is
Let's
something.
get the law on
Watch this.
friend.
He told my close the book. Watch this.
He says, this book
Isaiah
of law
34 and 16.
shall
Right.
not depart out of
Seek
my
ye
mouth,
out the
but I
book
shall
of the Lord
meditate in
and
day
read.
and
Scripture
night.
says,
You don't
speak
know
ye
it.
out of the book of the law and read.
know it,
Meaning,
man.
you have to actually open it up,
No, you
read it,
Get the understanding. Show it to him on your hand. Show it to him on your hand. He said, write it on your hand.
And you read it. And you study
it
to show
on your hand.
Read it again.
You seek ye out the book of the Lord and read.
It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, not close it.
No.
If you close it, nothing gets done. If all of us right now close the Bible up, we just be out here standing around.
You're talking about 6:13. You talking about 6:13. You don't even know 2.
We just showed you 2.
You don't know 2.
We just showed you. Bro, this
You don't know 2.
How long?
What's your name, brother? My name is Joe. Hey, my name is Lazarus, right? You say your name is Joe, right? All right, now you said something, and I want to kind of say what, kind of address what you said. You said you didn't come to divide, right?
No.
Okay, read that.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 31. When the Son of Man.
When the Son of Man is who? Christ, right? Read.
Shall come in his glory.
So come in his glory. This is future prophecy. Read.
And all the holy angels with him.
And all the holy angels with him. Read.
Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
He shall sit upon the throne. Read.
And before him shall be gathered all nations.
So all the nations will be gathered before him, right? Right?
Yes.
Perfect.
And what he gonna do?
What he gonna do? Read.
And he shall separate them.
He shall do what?
And he shall separate them.
What he gonna separate?
Wait.
What he gonna separate?
But you say he won't go separate.
No, there's a separation.
He is
you
gonna
know
separate.
who gonna be the separation?
No.
People who don't listen to him, who don't follow him,
read
who
that again.
obey him.
And he shall separate
He
them.
shall separate them. Read.
One from another.
One from another. Read.
As a shepherd divideth his sheep.
Read.
From the goat.
From who?
From the goat.
Who are the sheep?
You know what?
Who are the sheep?
The sheep is a servant.
No.
We
Give
are
me
the
Matthew
sheep.
15 and 24.
All right.
No.
The goat is a people who don't follow Christ.
These are the sheep, brother. Now, I want you to hear, right?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 24.
But
he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep.
The who?
The lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Of the house of Israel. That is who the lost sheep. He's going to separate the Israelites from the rest of the nation.
That's right.
Right? Now, when he does that, finish that up.
Let me give you a I want you to finish.
But unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
He only came for them, right? Isn't that what he just said?
I'm listening.
I mean, these are my words.
No, I'm listening.
Of Christ, right?
I'm
You agree?
I agree.
Okay.
I got it for him.
Keep finished.
I'm good.
No, you good.
Okay, let me explain to you what he said right there. When Christ come in on this world, he don't come to save nobody, he only come to save the Jewish people. He don't come to save nobody, he only come to save the Jewish people.
He don't come to save nobody, he only come to save the Jewish people.
The Jews.
Now,
it's just something.
Now, the reason why there was a separation between the Jews and Christ, because Christ wants to show them who God is and who He is. Then the Jews think they know so much, they don't want to receive His message. Then He said, well, if we don't want to receive my message, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wear somebody who needs my message. Because I don't want nobody hitting because I'm coming to save who will want to receive me, but there's a lot of people, that's how you see us. When you see us, when I hear we talking about people discrimination, discriminate us because we black. Let me tell you something. Your discrimination comes from the Creator, from the Jewish people.
No,
you know what there was.
God is a separate.
You know why there was.
God separates.
You know why
we
there
just
was.
read in the Bible.
Yeah, you know why the Jewish
separate.
people was called us.
Who are the Jews? Who are the good Jews? Who are the Jews?
The Jews is people from Israel. The Jews is people from Israel. The Jews is people from Israel.
The Jew is the fake people?
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Brother, fake Jews.
Brother, look.
Revelation 2:9, Revelation 2:9.
Yeah. Now watch this. Read what you got.
This is the book of John.
I want you to hear, brother. We here for you. Watch this, brother.
Chapter 8, verse 31. He said, Jesus, to those Jews.
To those who?
Those Jews.
Read.
Which believe.
Which who?
Which believe.
They were Jews that believed, brother. Understand that. Salvation. He also says. He also. Well, you said he threw. They all threw away God. They all didn't throw away God.
No.
God only gave the promise to the real Jews. Here's the thing, brother. In your mind, you're thinking that the Jews is the white man. The Jews is not the white man.
I never think he's a white man.
Okay. Praise. So who are the Jews today?
But one thing we understand
is Christ white or black?
That's something I don't believe anybody gonna tell me. You know who Christ is because
you believe in the Bible, though,
not
right?
even one disciple described who called Jesus.
Oh, wait. Give me Revelation, and then give me Jeremiah 14:2.
I got Revelation, right?
All right.
Jeremiah 14.
Watch this, brother. You believe in the Bible, you don't believe man. All praise to the Most High. But watch this, brother. Watch this. Go ahead, read that.
There's a book of Revelation. So, Lockie, let me take my hat off when I'm talking about Christ without. Probably the book of Revelation, chapter 1. You want to start at 13?
Come on. As a matter of fact, start at verse 1.
Verse 1. Come on. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Who wrote the book of Revelation, bro? John, the Revelator, right? He wrote the book of Revelation. Read.
And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John.
So John saw it by an angel, right? Now watch this. Go ahead and jump down to verse 13.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
One like unto the Son of Man, read.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
So he's witnessing this. He's visioning this.
And girt about the cap with a golden girdle.
With a golden girdle, like a priesthood, right? Read.
He had church, but he got American flags on there.
Golden girdle.
Babylon.
His head.
His what?
His head.
So now it's describing Christ's head. Read.
And his hairs.
And his hairs, read.
Were white like wool.
So his head and his hairs were white like wool. Wool is the texture of what? Like sheep, right? So it was white. Brother, you see your beard? It's white and it's woolly, right?
That's white like wool.
Like that.
Perfect.
Guess what? Christ had that same hair and same woolly hair that you got. Now watch this, brother. Watch this. Read.
No. Wait. I must stop there.
Okay.
No. 1 second.
Sure.
What God gave? Why He allow you to have a gray hair and gray beard?
What allow you?
What allow you to have that?
Experience in years, brother.
No, God don't give
and
it
wisdom.
To you. God don't give it to you as experience in years. I want you to look at the problem. God allow you to have a gray hair to become white. You know what He did? He crowned you before you come to Him. You already receive a crown. But we so corrupt, we don't receive the crown. Because I see too many men cut their hair because they're gray hair. I used to pay $50 to like my hair too. But when you know what? When I read the Bible, I say, oh no, God can't give me crown for me to say, no, I don't want it. I got to keep it.
Right. All praises. And the Most High, and you know what? And Christ, see that?
There you go.
That's the way Christ has it. Watch this. Read what you got.
I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna start again, Elder. Remind me. All right.
Yeah, Elder. We here for you, man. We appreciate your patience.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna finish up, right? His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Read.
And his feet.
And his what?
His feet.
If I see your feet, I can see what color you are. Read.
Because he had a girdle. He had a garment down to his foot. It said in 13, all right? And his foot like unto fine brass.
Fine brass is brown. Read.
As if they burn.
As if what?
As if they burn.
But this brown is after it was burned. Read.
In a furnace.
In a furnace. He's a brown man, black man, what we call today, with white woolly hair, brother. Now watch this. He was a Jew, no? Give me that in Jeremiah.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14.
I don't want to stop you.
Look at this, brother. Look at this.
Okay. One more scripture, go ahead. Judah warned little more if the Jews warned me, and the gates thereof.
If you're right now to the press, you press, so press right now, you demonic spirit, you sex demon, the one in the atmosphere, that's called incubus, that sleep with women, while they sleep in a dream, we bind you,
time over here.
we blind you,
Cooning by food.
communication, every demonic communication, we bind you right now, we blind you right now, you demonic spirit, of Leviathan, that come from the dirty water, that when it cast out, like God to manifest, the human being, receiving the deliverance, they come without the water, as an alligator crocodile,
This Edomite
it binds you,
over here cooning, worse than the pork chop eating pastor. What we got here?
Ridiculous. I want to destroy my ears already. I don't even know what he's saying.
Somebody need to be saved.
That's what y'all blacks like to hear. Y'all like to hear that old crazy preaching.
Them that's destroyed, this is the kind of shit that they like to hear. Nothing. Basically what it is.
The power of Holy Ghost in the name of Jesus. Every knee shall bow.
You got his coon brother over here talking that spiritual Israelite crap.
Every tongue shall confess He is King of Kings. He is Lord of Lords. Have your way, God. Have your way, God. Somebody need a touch in the mind, soul, body, as well as spirit, man. God, we pray, God, for the families. Oh, God, that
We're going to see if we're going to have a discussion.
So, God, that feel like giving up on the hope, giving up on the dream, Father God. God, we give you God praise. We give you the glory. It's not us speaking, but we die to show God that you may gain. Right.
Group in the building, here to give the truth to Jacob's children. We got next in this. You better read here from this nonsense. You sounding Ashkenazi, you spitting opposite gospel in this documented. They got a pot to piss, and when it comes to their adoption, they go to Jacob's children and the gospels too. And the promise is it ain't no Amish kids. We the Israelites from slave ships to finding out that we the people of the Most High. It's gonna be alright, just take heed to what Torah say. You ain't been taught to keep the law, then you gon' learn the game. There was 12 sons from one man, that was all brown, who came from Asia. From Abraham, we Israelites, not one of us is Caucasian. Psalms 8 and 2, out of the mouth of sucklings and babes, have thou ordained strength in these last days. So we tell the truth to wake up the children to get to their roots. Let Mariah teach you, we the brown people that came from Egypt, now we bout to rule.